ain't no need to rush, baby. Let's slow down and take our time. You want it bad as I do. I can see it in your eyes.
What's going on? I'm Raww with my co-host TrixBagTommy. We got our special guest host with us, Miss Kira Climbing Bear, with our special host, our special guest, the infamous Royce Bell. How you doing, my man?
What's up? I'm doing good, man.
So,
great.
man, my man Royce, for the people that may not know, I know a lot of people have seen your ass already, but for the people that may not know you, man, we need to get a brief introduction about yourself, man.
Yeah, man, well, you know the name Royce Bell. Officially right now, currently on MTV's Nick Cannon's Wildn Out. So,
shout out Wildn Out.
Wildn Out.
Shout out Nick, man. Get a young dude the opportunity. But I'm on Wildn Out. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor, a musician, R&B singer, entertainer, all around.
Oh shit, we're gonna have to have him sing.
Yeah, I might have to bust something out. From Cedar Rapids, Iowa, born and raised, Midwest cat.
Yeah.
Moved out here and just started trying to make moves, and you know what I mean, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history, man.
So far.
It's still in the making.
Right.
Let's take it way back, man. So how you was born and raised in Iowa?
Yeah, I'm from Iowa.
How did that influence?
You from Iowa? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, motherfucker. I'm gonna whoop your ass. No matter where you're from, you still got to know how to fight. But yeah, man.
I even know there's black people in Iowa.
How did that impact your who you are today?
Well, just like she said, like a lot of people don't know this, but there's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of minorities that are in the Midwest and places like Iowa and Idaho and Montana that you wouldn't think that there's niggas there, man. There's niggas all over, it's just a little bit different. But impacted me I don't know, I feel like not growing up in a big city, I was able to, I don't know, I feel like I was a big dreamer growing up. So like growing up in a city where not a lot is happening, it made me go for it even harder. You know what I mean? And not to say that I know you from LA, so but I'm just saying, like, I feel like if I grew up in a big city, it's like almost it's around you more. You know what I mean? Like that environment and that goal or that dream is like you can see it more. Where like in a small town in Iowa, you don't really see it, man. And we don't own a lot of stuff. And when I say we, you know what I mean? I mean black men. We don't own a lot of stuff and own a lot of businesses, so you don't see that, man. And you see a lot of crab in the bucket mentality stuff. At least I did in my, not to talk bad about my, but that's just what it is. But
that's all niggas.
So it helped me strive to like actually want to go out there and get it, man, and get out of there. So that was.
Were you influenced by some comedians growing up?
Oh hell yeah,
who
a bunch.
The impact on you?
Jamie Foxx, it comes straight to my mind. Jamie Foxx was one. Jim Carrey, a lot of the cats on The Living Color. I grew up off Michael Jackson, the old TV Living Color in front of Martin.
Yeah.
What's up? Martin Lawrence. I am here. You know what I'm saying? Ram. A lot of that stuff. Just a lot of the '90s television shows. Like I grew up off of.
Were you even born anywhere near there? Or?
Yeah, I was born in '91.
I'm just saying, like you watching repeats. I'm watching like the shit come on.
Yeah, no, that's right. But luckily they still. I mean, that's the beauty. All these shows are still running on one channel or another today. So that's just what's legendary about it. And so that's why, you know what I mean, I gravitated towards those type of comedians because their longevity in the game is impactful.
So now, were you in a comedy back then? Were you just like,
I'm just a clown, man. I've been a clown growing up. I've always been a class comedian, neighborhood comedian. I was a comedian out of all my friends. So there's always been a part of my repertoire just to be funny.
When did you realize that you had a special talent with it, or you could pursue something with it?
Good question. I realized at a young age that I was special, man. I realized, like, you know what I mean, like, yo, I got a gift that entertains, center of attention. You know what I'm saying? I was always center of attention of my family, so like gatherings, barbecues, whatever.
It's
I realized that. But as far as pursuing it, like, cause I sang too. I grew up singing. My mom was in a gospel choir for as long as I can remember. Being little, going to rehearsals, having to go. I never wanted to go, but then when I was in there, it would always be, I'd forget about not wanting to go, and I'd be enjoying. I love being there in the moment, watching them do their thing and rehearse and singing. My mom played piano, and I grew up in church. And
do you play any instruments?
So yeah, I played piano. I played saxophone when I was in middle school. I should have kept going. I learned a couple tunes and that was it. But for the most part, I'm talented enough to be able to play by ear and hand.
So when we gonna be hearing something now? Like drop this album.
Oh, I actually just did an EP. So
yeah,
I
we
just
gonna get in that. Wait, we gonna get into
yeah,
that.
no, we gonna get into music. Okay, then I'll save the goodies because I was about to drop something good.
Back. So okay, you sound like you grew up in the church. Now, what type of family did you have? How was you raised as a young man?
Old school. My mom was born in 1951, so my mom was 40 when she had me. So I grew up around the house with the needle on the record. Yearning for your love. The Gap Band. You know what I'm saying? I remember those records, man. I grew up to that.
You know what I'm saying? Give me chills.
And a lot of people, I got a little bit of old soul, man. So my dad was a boxer, and he was a boxer for the city. You know what I mean? Just reputable name around the city. And so, I grew up around a good family. Had my grandmas lived on the same block. My dad's mom and my mom's mom lived on the same block. Yeah. So
was that the neighborhood where only the black people lived, or
no? You had your white boys too, and that was just crazy. Like the white cats that we grew up with, it was if the white people, the white dudes and white girls grew up in our neighborhood, they understood because they was at the same level of I won't say poverty, but they was at the same level of. I say like we was like middle class, you know what I'm saying? We weren't bad, but they was at that same level of struggle. It wasn't a race thing because they were in our neighborhood, so they dealt with the same thing. I mean, of course, to a certain degree, but yeah. So
now Iowa. Is it hood out there? Is it street out there? Is it
man, everywhere you go?
Iowa?
Hey, I'm gonna say this: everywhere you go, there's a hood, man.
Yeah,
how bad it is, or how devoted, you know what I mean? The region is to whether it's gang banging, slinging dope, selling drugs, whatever it is, man. There's a hood everywhere. Hey, Iowa got his hood. Yeah. To be honest with you, a lot of people from Notorious, the Windy City, a lot of people from Chicago come to Iowa, man. You know what I'm saying? We got into it with a lot of kids growing up, like grade school, middle school. I'm talking middle school, you know what I'm saying? Gun violence, problems, whatever, man. Coming from other cities too, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a big mix of people that come to the Midwest. So
when did you realize that it was time to get up out of there? Did you have to dream that at a young age, or was you just kind of going with the flow?
Yeah, you know what? I had this false hope. And I shouldn't say false hope. I guess I could have made it happen. But, no, I'll say false hope, man. I keep it real. Like, I had a dream when I was young. Like, I didn't think about travel. I didn't get to travel much. I wasn't like a military baby or nothing like that or anything like that. I was just home based. And so I thought, I'm going to make, like Iowa, I'm going to grow up in my city and I'm going to do something great in my city. And it's just, I'm going to get a bunch of love or whatever I do. And, I played a lot of sports. So I was just really gullible at the thought of, never having to leave. But then as I got older, my mom died when I was 14 too.
Sorry to hear
and my
that.
dad left when I was 10. Not left me so per se, just left to follow. He was a boxer, so he went to Vegas and followed a professional career. And him and my mom weren't together. And my brothers, I have brothers on my dad's side. I'm my mom's only. So they left and went to different cities. So it was just kind of like, as time went on, as I got older, like teenage years and growing into a young man, like a lot of, whether it was death, like I said, my mother or my dad, just a lot of people just left in my life. So the city became a little bit void to me, you know what I mean, just in general. So that's when I was like, man, well, I had a dark stage in my life where I was just kind of like, I was just waking up every day, you know what I'm saying? Putting a smile on my face, trying to make it through. But damn, just let me spit my gum out.
Dying shit, damn.
God, damn.
I got dark quick. Damn, I just want to.
Hey.
Damn. I'm good.
The dark age almost came back. It was like, motherfucker, we ain't done with your ass.
It was like, shit.
Hey, that's why you never chew gum in an interview, man.
I was going to say something, but not professional, but
Hey, y'all cut that part. Don't show that part, motherfucker.
No, that was a near-death experience, nigga. Final Destination. Shit,
I thought we was about to perform the Harmon maneuver.
No, I'm right here.
911.
Damn.
Hey,
We good.
Hey, yeah, we good, man.
Praise
We
him.
good. We good. Listen,
Damn. Got dark real quick.
Funniest shit that ever happened.
Oh, fuck. I just want
Yeah.
So who raised you after that then?
yeah, so just, I mean,
Yeah.
oh, good looking. I got it right here, man. Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, no, I can't really say anybody really raised me after that. I mean, I was 15, 14. You know what I'm saying? My mom raised me pretty well. I had family, uncles, aunts, and just friends and like homeboys and their moms and parents. Who I bounced back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And, like my head wasn't together. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of time I wore out my stay just because I wasn't right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with that being said, nobody really raised me or, you know what I'm saying, really I can't really say somebody indefinitely, took that role as that big mentor. There was a lot of people, whether they didn't know how to or, you know what I'm saying, it was awkward for them or whatever, I can't really give nobody that credit, you know what I'm saying? I say God really, put me where I'm at now. Yeah. But after that, I played football, so I was a good football player. I was telling you that.
What position you played?
Yeah, I was a running back. The running back, y'all. Hey,
Okay.
you pick up every one of these. You run 5,000, 2,000 miles and pick up that ball, Petey. Huh? No, but
Denzel.
yeah, Denzel. Okay, all right. Yeah. Coach Boone. But yeah, man, I was running back. So anyway, I ended up graduating. I was a class clown, if you couldn't tell. So my grades wasn't always up to par. I had D1 offers, letters and stuff, but I ended up going to the junior college, and I went to Iowa Western. This was after I tore my knee, and it's just never the same. But I ended up trying to give it a go, and I went to college, and I still was kind of in that funk, and what I'm saying, really didn't want to go to school, and I realized that, and then I dropped out, and then I started working for a little bit, and then eventually. I got back into, like I said, I had that dark stage. I got back into Christ, God, and got back into church and kind of getting that relationship. And I built a really good relationship at that point after a couple years after dropping out of college. And then pretty much got back on the grind, went back to another school. Grades was popping, grades was good.
Okay.
My academics was great. My head was right. I was lifting. I was biggest I had ever been. I was like 20, 21.
I can't.
And I got you. And I was big.
I'm
and
sliding that DM.
and my dad, and then I had gotten back in touch with my dad like on a solid level, and he was like, yeah, you know what, all right, come out here. And I had just gotten back on a good side where I was like, okay, I could see a lot clearly, and I was like, yeah, I need to get out of here. I want to do a lot more stuff. And even though I knew deep down I wanted to do entertainment and stuff like that, comedian, acting, singing, whatever, I was still in the football mode, so I was going to try to make a comeback. So anyway, I ended up leaving, and I left when I was about 21. I remember it was 2013 in March when I left.
And that's when you moved to Vegas.
I drove out there with a buddy.
Now, did you have a vision when you moved to Vegas? So
I was getting back into training mode. March is when I drove out there. I just finished online school, and I was lifting and training to get back in the fall to play ball again. So my dad, being he's 55 now and better shape than I am right now. So he's always a boxer, training every day.
Is he single?
He's a personal trainer. Yeah, he's married.
Oh, okay. Well, is he happily married though?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But
no home record over here.
There goes my shot.
But no, what ended up happening is I went out there, and the whole vision, I had the vision, I was going to train with my dad, train all summer, get back in the ball, and go to the league like I was supposed to, what I mean? That was the dream, and that was my hometown. It's like push for me, you're going to be in the league one day if you work hard, because you got it, man. So that's what I did. I went out there, I was training hard, working hard. Just in Vegas, I was just turned 21 right before I went out there. So I was out there, just a knucklehead, still a knucklehead, a little bit more clear, but still young, still a knucklehead. And then I turned 21, so I'm drinking, and I started drinking, and then I started slipping away and getting into bad habitual habits. But I ended up not liking Vegas, just the lifestyle, just personally for me, whether I would have been doing good or not. I didn't have a gambling problem. Everything was just grimy. It was fast, or it was upper echelon, or it was just Vegas was like that city where I'd go back and live there, maybe. One day, or maybe buy a house or buy a condo, in my later on. But I didn't like it, so I wanted to leave and go back and play ball back home in Iowa. And I had a buddy, the one I drove out west with. He stopped in. We drove my car. He stopped in Arizona. He moved out there. Then I kept going to Vegas. But anyway, I was going back home. And he was like, no, come to Arizona. He's like, I think you'll like it. It's a little more chill. Still a bigger city opportunity. And at that time, the employment rate was number 1 in Arizona.
Okay.
Just overall. So I was like, okay, let me go there. You know what I mean? If college don't work, you know what I'm saying?
At least you got a job.
Came to Arizona. The fall, October 2013. Yeah, I didn't even stay out there.
Yeah, for real. It's like my whole life changed.
I remember, man. I didn't even stay in Vegas for like 7 to 8 months, and then October, went out there in March, and then October 2013, October 18th, 7 p.m. I touched down in the plane, went straight to Mill Ave with my boys.
Oh shit!
And
all the dates and everything.
Real talk. Hell yeah. And when I touched down on Mill, it was like my first time actually seeing like the Arizona party life, and I was like, man, he was like, yo, give it a week. I was like, you ain't got to give it a week, nigga. I'm here. Ain't nobody tripping. Popo ain't tripping. Everybody cool. I'm like, I'm cool. Motherfuckers got horses and shit. There was the police on horses. I said, I can outrun these motherfuckers. Okay, I can dip and dodge. The cars, they gonna catch you with the lights. I said, they got horses out here. I can get it. I was like, all right. I'm here to stay. Hey, let me tell you something. Say it with your chest. I was here, man, and I loved it. And so I just ended up loving it out here. And then I was pitching my film and, trying to stay together with football, but then I lost track and training and stuff. And then that's when I realized, okay, the passion is gone for that because you get a couple of no's and then you like start to question, okay, am I gonna grind through this? Is this really my passion? Is this really what I want to do? And just start thinking, man, I'm not gonna be devoted to it like I know I am. So then I wanted money and I wanted to stay here in Arizona, and I knew I was gonna have to work full time. So I just gave up football. I gave up school for the moment. Yeah. And then went into just working. So 2013, got here, started working in late 2013. I've been working. I had worked like ever since for like I would say the next couple of years. Making pretty good money as a young man out here. Like I said, deployment rate was up. I worked for, nobody knows, it's GoDaddy.
Oh, okay.
So they was paying young niggas pretty good.
GoDaddy, y'all been hosting my shit for like 2 years now. I love GoDaddy.
I was making 17 an hour at age 22. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking like, shit, I'm good. Retire, but at age 22, you think, and that is good pay for what I'm saying, full time. But you thinking at age 22, you think different. So
gonna make that shit
exactly. But then so that's kind of how I got up to AZ.
Okay, so we in AZ. We got our shit back together, but we giving up. We letting go of the football dreams. So when do we get in? When we get back into comedy? When
did I get back to the roots of what what I loved as well? So I kind of realized, I've always had this infatuation ever since I was little, and pretty much I shouldn't say infatuation. Well, yeah, that too, but intuition as well. Like, I need to be in front of people. Like, I'm gonna be big. I'm gonna be famous, or those are just keywords. You can use whatever. You're famous, successful, whatever in the industry. Something is telling me that. Like it's crazy. I swear I would always have dreams with, celebrities and stuff, and those will always be the source of like what I felt like God was telling me that was gonna be my. It was always like that gap distance away. And so I realized, well, when football ended, I was like, well, shoot, I still got to sing. I can still sing. I can still dance. I'm funny. I can still comedy. I can do video. I mean, I can do. I'm light skinned still.
The world is yours.
You know what I'm saying?
That Chico the Bar / Albie store.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Christopher Williams.
Yeah.
He got a lot going for him, man.
Yeah, but
so he was a very, very advantaged black man in Arizona. So
Yeah, man. Yeah. So and when football went away, I couldn't let go of the dream because NFL, football, sports, that's still in the industry. That's still being big. It's something I couldn't let go of that. So I was like, well, I'm still going to utilize what I got. You know what I mean? And I felt like there was a period of time where God kind of, I hurt my knee pretty bad. And it was real weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people be like, okay, maybe it just happened, but I'm spiritual, so I feel like God, kind of like always gives you chastisement and punishment and be like, okay, look, I gave you all these talents, like, you know what I'm saying, you need to live right, you know what I'm saying, and do the right thing and utilize. So I feel like that one was taken away. All right, don't mess up these other ones that you got, you know what I'm saying? So then I started doing stuff from stand up. I've been working at GoDaddy, like meeting people. I'm like, I want to do stand-up. We do shows. I do get on the stage and do stand-up. And then I've always done impersonations. So the voice impressions and stuff. My family, I've always done my uncles and aunts and stuff really well and had them cracking up. And then watching movies. I shouldn't have been, but at 6, 7 years old, my grandma bought me Friday. Okay. She knew I like Chris Tucker. Now, I shouldn't have been watching it, Miss Parker, there, but I was watching it. So I've always done impersonations of celebrities, too, that I grew up liking. Yeah. And so then, like I said, I was doing stand-up out here. I was going to acting auditions, talent. Flew out to Florida, met a cat, was doing a couple of little small things and just kept grinding. And then eventually, I speed a little time up. I left GoDaddy and I started like selling cars. It was a lot more quick money like that. Yeah. And I'm ADHD, so I get tired. I can bounce. Yeah. So
I'm like, if you need, I got that Adderall.
Yeah. So, I can't, like, I gotta bounce around. You know what I mean? So like, when I started doing that, I started noticing like, damn, a lot of cats is taking advantage of the internet and coming up off of that shit. Like, damn, let me take advantage of the internet. But I was like so old school, like get out there, get some real clips, get out there and get in front of the audience, you know what I'm saying, grind, do some underground tour and stuff like that. But then I was like, you know what, the internet is the biggest exposure that people are getting right now. And I seen cats, you know what I'm saying, talented, just as more or even less, like getting on from this shit. So I'm like, hold on now, let me take advantage of the internet because I'll kill some shit. So then I just started throwing out videos, man, and getting, a lot of buzz, especially from my hometown still. People loving, who I am and what I do. And then, being in Vegas, being here, recognition from everywhere. And then I started doing videos that went viral within just the last year.
All right, so let's get
that's where the heat kick up.
Let's
you know what I mean?
That. So we doing videos. We on the online game. When did you get that first break? When did you feel
Facebook,
something?
man. Facebook. I did a.
How did that happen? Describe that for us.
I was getting like 10,000, 20,000 views, right? On videos just from people who knew me and loved.
These impersonations, or are you just doing all type of
just
stand-ups,
everything, just crazy, funny stuff, stand up, singing. I was, I had opened up in 2016. I started opening up for a couple of casts. Like I won a competition, opened up for Rick Ross, Rose through that. You know what I'm saying? Was just keeping people looped. That's on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of clips, and then I opened up for Trey Songz.
Okay.
Yeah. What? Come here. Whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This right here's a penny dropper. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, we're not throwing we're not throwing tags in of Trey Songz. That's my man Royce right there.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
the song
I just did a skit about that in the shower. I was in the shower, man. That's how comedians. I was in the shower and I was singing and I was like, yo, I got a skit because it was true. My girl was listening to him one day, just a side note, and she started, we was talking and we was, doing our little romantic thing one night, and Trey came on and the nigga song, she's like, ooh, I said, hey.
Hold up,
I sang like that too.
hold up.
Turn that shit off.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, man, you're gonna see some of that stuff in my stand-up, man. Do a lot of that. But anyway, I just started opening up for people, and my I didn't have no manager or nothing like that, and I wasn't, just getting acclimated, and I would put myself in these positions. Hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I would call around and figure out promoters, and they would be like, oh, well, so and so's coming to town. Well, I want to open up for him, or I want to do this. So I would just throw myself out there, and then at the same time, I was doing an internet thing, and then that was around 2016, around the summer, and then
No, you can go. Yeah,
okay.
Good. Yeah, we good.
And then in that same year, I did a couple videos that went viral. So I got a video now on Facebook that got 10 million views.
Okay.
And I did some impersonations, and there was a challenge called the Pussy Challenge.
Oh.
Okay. I remember the
Ah, dang for the pussy.
I remember that shit.
Fuck around and then schmang for the pussy. I rep that thing for the pussy. He from LA, with the Yankees on that pussy. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So that challenge, I went on there and nobody had, and I was like, you know what? My boy hit me. He's like, you need to do this video. He's like, you could do viral content easily, man. You got a skill that nobody else, not a lot of people have impressions, funny, singing, and dance, so you can incorporate all those. And so I did, and the Pussy Challenge, that went viral, man. Like, everybody was doing, celebrities was getting on there, Michael Blackson, Erykah Badu, Sanaa Lathan, like everybody, I don't know if I said her name right there.
Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, you got it.
I always say Sanaa, I don't know why.
It's because that extra A.
But it was like big. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I ain't seen nobody do yet. I ain't seen nobody do in my impersonation skill with the challenge yet. I did it and I dropped it, and in 5 hours I had like 500,000 views.
Dang.
So it was just going viral. People were sharing it. It was a shock. It was the shock value, and I've noticed, and I've slowed down on the videos, and I'll say why, but I'm gonna get back to it. But the shock value of something really draws people's attention. Yeah. And then if it's talented or if something special or gifted, that combination together.
So who was
your
impersonation of?
So I did Trump.
Oh God.
Barack Obama, Eddie Murphy, 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather, I think Ice Cube, Chris Brown, Colin Kaepernick, and then I did Peter Griffin.
Oh shit. So which one had the most views?
What was a video?
It was all video.
Okay,
I did all these
compilation.
impersonations in the Pussy
Okay.
Challenge, and I was telling, like, I did what they would all do for the pussy. So for Rock, I was like,
I love it.
I'll leave Michelle for that pussy.
Oh my God.
Fuck around, leave the White House, go to jail for that pussy. Yes, I will.
remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That
Wow.
shit was hilarious.
Oh
So-
shit. And that shit just
And
took
then
off.
I did the 50, 50 Cent. Hey. I make Floyd Mayweather read for the pussy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then I can't even lie about that pussy. I'll fucking talk like Peter from Griffin from Family Guy for that pussy. Yeah, Lois. You know,
Yeah,
and
we
I
definitely gonna have a link. We'll have a link to that shit in the
Yeah.
description in the show notes. We
yeah.
gonna have-
Woo, yeah. Let me tell you what I do for that pussy.
So we know
and that blew up, and then
Yeah.
so these videos start going viral, and then because of how the power of the internet is, people are looking for cats, you know what I'm saying, with talent like that. And so I got a bunch of buzz, and who ended up reposting it was big for me. Snoop Dogg reposted it, Chris Brown reposted it. I mean, just maybe I think he posted another. I did a couple other ones viral. So Chris Brown posted another one.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, Genuine, World Star, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, which I was like, dang, girl, take that down. I was talking about your daddy can't read it. Take that down before he knock me out when he see me. And then what's crazy is I got a DM in my inbox and was like from Nick Cannon. He was like, yo, let's talk, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
But the story behind that is I had DM'd him like 4 years before then, just I was DMing all the celebrities. This is nobody, you know what I'm saying? No wave going, but I was just DMing him, letting him know, hey, I'm a young guy who got talent. I don't know really what direction to take, if you could help. So he had saw that. He was like, oh, and he hit me up. He had told me, I saw and you hit me up. So it's like, oh, almost meant to be like.
Yeah.
So
he had just saw the videos that went viral and then went to find out my information and hit me up and was like, oh, this kid had hit me up and I just didn't see it because they busy and they verify stuff like that. So from there, the rest is history.
So let me cut in here. So
of course.
All right, we doing our impersonation thing. Now, how within the time frame from you leaving GoDaddy to getting hit up by Nick Cannon, what's the time frame?
Well, I was working at Marquia over there, and for the cars, but at the same time, GoDaddy, whatever, day job, leaving the day job. So I got an offer to go audition, man. It wasn't no silver spoon shit.
What
you
was
know
the
what I'm
time
saying?
frame
Like,
between this when you decided that you about to go in?
Okay, so like I was opening up for the celebrities, doing my singing and my music stuff, like I said, Trey Songz or whatever, and a couple of other joints and people.
So was you opening up doing comedy or was you opening up singing?
I was doing my music strictly, like seriously. I was recording doing my music.
I'm thinking you doing comedy.
I was doing stand up, but when I started opening up for big acts, I was like, yo, I'm gonna do my R&B shit because I could sing. So I was doing my music and all my original stuff for my songs.
So you grinding the whole time.
And that was in August, September. I dropped a bunch of viral videos. In October, started getting a lot of buzz from them. And then in late October, I got the.
And what year was that?
That was 2016. Okay. So got the wait, was that? Am I tripping?
Shit.
No. I don't even, man, shit happened so quick.
Once shit got real, you just got all this shit.
No.
That was, got old,
I'm sorry. That was 2017.
Yeah, okay.
That was 2017. And the whole opening up for Big X, that was 2017 too. So 2017 was a expansion type of year for me. That was when I was opening up for Big X too. So it was 2017. So then around that time, I got the offer to go audition. And I put my day job on hold, let them know, hey, I got something big coming up. I'm finna go rock out. And I just had to go out there and audition. And when I got to Wildn Out, that was the end of 2017 and November, beginning of November. Okay. And I had to audition against people, the greats on the show came in and did workshops, with us and tried to see who was good enough to stay out. It was like 10 of us there. And it ended up I was the only one that lasted, other than one other person, but they were already, her name's Julie, she was already a writer on the show. So she went from being a writer to a cast. So she's got a little good story too. But I don't really count her from having it because she was already in, you know what I'm saying? But not to discredit her or anything like that. I just don't count. So there was a lot of cats coming in from like me, you know what I'm saying, from the Instagram, big people who already got big followings. I didn't have nothing but 500 followers. You know what I'm saying?
500?
Yeah, at the time. I didn't have nothing but 500.
You got
6 months ago.
For 500.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's it. That's like not 500,000, just 500.
Just 500
it's like
followers.
I
only had 300 followers on Facebook. I only had 300 friends.
Even
on
with
Facebook.
all these viral videos.
Yeah, so my shit went viral. Excuse my language. It went viral because of the talented content. Like I didn't tag nobody in none of my videos on Facebook. The one that got 10 million views. I didn't do nothing. People just genuinely loved it, and the sharing is big, man. Yeah. So like my 300 people on Facebook, the friends that I have, they all shared it, but then like 300, and it just. That's the real. I had the real viral shit. I had no marketing shit behind it.
Hey, listen.
Buying followers.
Talent, man. Talent.
That's God, though. That's God.
Thank you. Thank you. I had God behind me. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, that's the source of everything. God letting and that's one of those things where I told you I always had that intuition. So it's just timing, and it's His timing. So anyway, went out there, had to audition. They was just dropping people like flies because they'll send you home, man, if you're not good enough or if they don't think you're a fit. You know what I mean?
What's that process like today? Like what you have to do? Do you have to just go through?
You just gotta jump in. They throw you in. They like, you know what I mean? Okay, talk and spit, do something. Okay, here's the game. This is what the objective of the game. Let's see if you funny, motherfucker. Come on, like that. Niall, the producer Niall, he ain't no joke. He like, motherfucker, you funny or not? Jump in there. Nope, wasn't good enough. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Type of environment. So I wasn't scared because I was just like, yo, I had waited for this moment for so long. Yeah. And not in this way, but I'm like, fuck y'all motherfuckers too. What's up? Let's get it, nigga. Right, you know what I mean? Fuck y'all. I'm with it. You know, not in a disrespectful sense, but just like, come on, y'all want some raw shit? I'm raw too. Fuck it. So but I was nervous behind the scene, but at the same time I had that courage, so that helped me a lot. And they give you like 2 weeks to audition. Everybody getting cut. Boom, boom, boom. I was the last one to stay. I get on my first episode. I do the very first episode. I get out there, and it was they give you a word, and I was nervous. And they were like, "Okay, is he gonna get sent home, or like is he gonna make his mark?"
They put you on the hot seat.
So I get out there, and everybody's getting their word, and you rhyme. So they be like, "Oh, conceited." Y'all know the
I know
rap.
exactly. What you're
like, Khan, your word is I don't know, synonyms, you know, and kind of be like, I love some with the M&Ms. I love like the with the feminines. These two twins here, they my synonym or something like that.
Okay.
Cinnamon, whatever.
Okay,
So I get out there and they were like, your word is abomination, ABOMINATION or whatever the fuck it was, abomination. So I was like, oh, perfect. As soon as they told me that was my word, I'm like, oh, okay, abomination. It sounds like abomination. I can use my impersonation.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I go out there and I'm like, abomination. Oh, I got it. I'm like, okay, here we go. And then the crowd's like, oh shit, like they hear it. They hear it. So I'm like, I got home. I said, what did I? Now I forgot what I said. I said, no, hold on. Oh yeah, y'all remember me? I used to rule the nation. You know, I hit Michelle from the back like Ray Lewis from the Ravens. And then I said, I had a side chick over because I thought Michelle was on vacation, but no, she came out the closet and shit was an abomination. Boom.
It's over.
Hey,
Damn.
and then the crowd
cut the show.
Yo, and
Nick Cannon was like, this is
the crowd went crazy. The crowd, I mean, it wasn't like people were fainting, but the crowd went crazy. They were like, that was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear the impersonation and the flow, like that was hilarious to people.
And
so,
that's how you got put on, was your Obama,
and
kind of your Obama.
that literally was the moment. That was my first moment on the show. So that moment was like, okay, he stamped it the very first time. But then I kept rolling, and then from then on, the second episode or a couple of three, I did like an Eddie Murphy, and I would just throw the impersonations in and do a couple other things that were stamps for me in the show that aired on TV. So the show's an hour. We film for each episode. We film an hour.
Okay.
So, but only 20 minutes of it can get on TV. It's only a half an hour show. Now, 20 minutes of it, 5 minutes of those is. Or excuse me, 20 minutes of the show get on TV. The other 10, that's half an hour, is commercial. Yeah. So they only can pick so much stuff. You know, everybody's cuts ain't gonna get on. So there might be a game where it's 6 on 6, but only 2 and 3 make and then they'll do the buzzer and they'll edit. So for me to have made moments like that was like, okay, yeah, they were good enough to where it beat other people's out, or they thought it was good enough to should make. So that's kind of how I made my stamp the first season, and then I did 11 out of 16 episodes my first season as a rookie. Yep. And there's only been a few people to either do them all, which was DC. He came in at a great time where it was just like a restamping time. But DC's just naturally he's DC Raww, so he brought a good essence. So he did them all, from my understanding. And then there was a couple people like the year before me, Jess Hilarious and like Sharon, a white rapper. They did 11 or 12 out of like 16, and then I came on and did my 11. And then just this last season, the second season, I think I made like 7 or 8 out of a lot more. So it was like, dang. But the reason was they brought double the cast members on.
I see that. I'm like, damn, y'all got everybody.
And I won't get into it because I don't want to say nothing too, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to say nobody's business or what I think the agenda was or nothing like that. But they brought a lot more people on from like Instagram famous cats. So it's like people who, already had millions of followers. That's going to, bring those views to Wildn Out, which is good. It's all good.
Marketing strategy,
but let alone it was 16 cast members. So you go from 16, then we had 27.
Yeah.
So everybody, they wanted to be fair in a sense. You know what I mean? If you was good, you was gonna get episodes. As you was gonna get some episodes. But I'm saying they also wanted to be fair, and they had to spread them out. So a lot of people were sitting out. Even some OG vets. You know what I mean? Maybe have got a little bit more than I did, but some OG vets even had to sit out a couple episodes where they should have got all of them normally. So it was one of those things. But you just gotta. It's longevity, baby. So hopefully, I'm trying to do my thing in the off season and make sure I'm impactful in the off season and do what I do, grow my social media. You know what I mean? Because that's important nowadays. But most importantly, grow as a comedian, an actor, and an entertainer.
And a singer.
So you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's got me under their radar can see that. So I'm definitely, I won't talk about my contract with them, but I'm definitely trying to come back for another season, my third season this summer.
Congratulations to that,
Congratulations.
man.
We gotta make some noise.
Yeah,
we gotta make some noise.
God, praise God too,
So,
that out there.
Yeah,
I got some
Jesus.
questions, man.
Christ, my Lord and Savior, and God.
All day.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, how them Wildn Out girls, man.
Oh yeah, they bad. Oh,
Them Wildn Out.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
Didn't you hear me say you had a girl? Doing a
No, I just want to know for me.
No.
You tell me.
No. Hey, man.
TrixBagTommy already spent
How the
some.
Wildn Out girls look?
No, I'm just saying, the kitty cat. Let me tell you something. The kitty cat is good in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lot of beautiful women around there. I mean, it's just it's a TV show, man. So you're gonna see all types of girls coming from all over. That look appetizing.
Yeah.
So you know,
So,
but
like,
you gotta stay focused, man.
Are they nice girls? Like if I was to like get in a DM, like, hey, how you doing? Like, would I get shut down?
Nah,
or
some of
something?
them probably respond, some not, man. You know how to.
Really?
Some, you know, some, I don't know. I don't want to.
You know, he go shoot.
I can't. Here's my thing.
Shoot a shot. You know
I
what I'm
could
saying?
I could put my opinion on like, you know what I'm saying, the females in the game today and like the Instagram models and stuff like that. But I don't want to do that because I don't have to walk in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be like, oh, these bitches bougie, blah blah blah, or they think they this that or
Secure
you know what I'm
the
saying? Hey, they securing the bag, and at the end of the day, you're right. You know what I'm saying? They're in a different position than us men. You know what I'm saying? They females, so we don't know. At the end of the day, we don't walk through their shoes. Yeah. So I can't talk. I can't say nothing about them.
Some men do walk in their shoes, you know,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
going to late night by themselves. Who am I to judge?
Do they?
Yeah.
You had some experience with that?
Nah, not yet, but I could.
Yeah, but no, they all real, man. Everybody's all real. Everybody's cool. Like every single person there. I mean, from my experience.
Bring the dirt, man. Who you?
No, for real.
Like on there.
Right.
No dirt out there.
Nah.
Wild now they be.
Nah, everybody's cool, man.
Everybody's cool?
Everybody's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
From the Wildn Out girls, you know what I'm saying, to the cast members, to the producers, to the execs. Everybody's cool, man. And that's why I feel so comfortable there.
Yeah.
Like it's not a negative environment.
Yeah, I
man.
heard good
You know
things
what
about
I'm
Nick
saying?
Cannon.
Now, have
Nick's
you,
real cool,
What
man.
have you learned? What? No, that's a legend, man. What have you
Nah,
learned?
he's humble, down to earth.
What have
man,
you
real.
learned from the man? Have you got any?
Yeah, man. I've always had a chance to rap with him here and there, man. He's busy, but yeah, I've learned a lot, man. Just that I've learned more so, not just I guess getting dimes or gems from him personally. I just learned from just watching and seeing like exactly his environment and what's going on, what he's been able to do, and just learning from other people stories about it. Or you know what I mean, like his manager, or you know whoever's telling me stuff. Like I just been able to see and peep, like okay, damn, this is the type of success he's had, and this is why, or this is the type of cat this man has been for this so many years and such. He's an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? So I've learned a lot, man. So he's a big dude on relationships, you know what I'm saying? You can tell. So just for him to reach out to me and get me on the show and give me the opportunity when I wasn't already like a Cat Williams when they did the first season, or like a D right there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't already have that crazy wave, for him to be like, yeah, I'm gonna give him an opportunity. That already shows me a lot about you know what I mean? His character and how he's been successful and doing stuff.
So what's next for you with comedy?
So
what's in the bag?
You
For
think
you?
about doing stand up, man?
Yo, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get on Saturday Night Live, man.
Okay,
That's
big
my
stuff,
goal.
big stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna speak too much on it, but
Try
that's
to speak that shit into existence.
yeah. That's my goal. I'm gonna try to audition and get on the Saturday Night Live with the new guy. Jay Farrell left. They need somebody to do some funny parodies and impersonations, and who's got a likable, personality and spirit.
light
So,
skin,
and yeah, a light skinned guy who can cross over. Hey, as sad. Hey, I'm just saying, that light skin helps.
I know.
Both sides.
yeah,
But yeah, no, that's my goal. I want to get on big networks. Continue to do Wildn Out as long as I can. But yeah, stand up. I'm really want to push the stand up. I want to do a tour, a little tour. Grab some comedians with me, or even I gotta go by myself. I'd rather have some comedians with me that want to roll. But I want to do a tour around the West region, and then maybe hit the East Coast, and start doing tours this summer. Right now it's pilot season, so I've already done a couple of audition tapes for some other big networks. But yeah, so. That's kind of what my focus is. What's the route to keep just pushing forward and keep moving forward? I just did it. Speaking of music, well, I don't know if you want to get into that right now.
We're in the comedy right now. Let's
Okay,
I got a lot of musical questions for you, man.
So comedy. A lot of people want to see me on the internet more and continue to build that persona.
Man.
And I do, and I will,
Yeah.
I will, man. I think just there's so much that offside the internet that now I have access to that I'm focusing on. Like I said, like it's just. In time, I got to be consistent, and it's hard to be consistent. For me, it's always hard to be consistent.
Well, you got ADD, so.
Yeah, that's true.
And I definitely like the one you did with Allie, man. Allie Spoon, man.
No, that's
was
funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that was
Everybody's
hilarious.
busting out, man.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Funny, man.
Shouts out to Allie.
Yeah.
So,
But
all right, man. So we looking to take it to the next level. We looking to get on bigger networks and keep going.
Yeah.
Now, when did you? What's up with the music? Let's talk about the music. You're a singer, right? Songwriter.
Yeah,
Producer?
songwriter.
What's your title as a
producer,
musician?
songwriter. R&B singer, musician. Play a little piano.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music, man. I've always been doing music.
So you started off opening up as a musician, or was you doing a?
Well, I started
music
off
and
same
comedy?
same.
Have you ever did a dual thing where you did some comedian then sung it off and?
You know what? I have, but not on the big stage yet. But I'm going to. I plan on it. I think I did something like maybe like a couple of skits or something like that, or
like a
maybe
Jamie
in
Foxx
stand up.
type thing, yeah.
That's exactly who I watched up growing, who not manipulated but mastered that. So that's exactly what I'm trying to. I'm actually trying to bring that to the stage, man.
definitely.
I'm actually trying to bring that to the stage. I gotta I can't speak on it yet because it's about to be solid. But hopefully I got a show coming up here next week that maybe I can invite y'all to and get y'all in there, and I think I'll incorporate some of that. But singing,
I want to hear Obama EP.
that'd be funny,
Like,
wouldn't it?
that should be
A
funny.
rap Obama,
Yeah,
rap
or like trap
Obama, Clinton, and somebody else.
that should be funny as hell.
The three America's most wanted presidents: Clinton, Obama, and
Trump. You got
branding that right now.
Trump. Yeah, because he crazy. Even though we don't like some of the shit, he crazy though, grabbing on pussy and shit.
That's real as shit though. That's a trap
They be like
album right
NWA,
there.
the president, the NW. Yeah, we have to get them on.
Yeah, that definitely go viral.
Yeah.
So let's talk about. Let's
Trump
talk
said
about
not grab
your
the
music
pussy. But when I did, she got wet and gushy. Now listen. No, I'm just playing.
Oh my god.
That's right. I told her.
Shut up. All right, man. So let's talk about music, man.
I did not have sex with that woman.
So
No,
what
but
we
yeah,
currently
music.
working on music.
I've always been in the studio recording, man. Since I've been in Arizona for the last 5 years, I got heavy in the studio. As far as me, my personal progress, I say I got heavy. We're recording, learning my sound, trying to get my grooves right. But just within the last year, I've cut a couple of records that I thought were dope, tried to push them, get them out there. And then just within the last 6 months of Wildn Out stuff, I actually went in and wanted to do an EP, and I called the EP 1617. 1617 is my house number that I grew up in for 15 years when my mom raised me in. So that's just like, okay, that's me, that's my formula, that's who I am. So it's just, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to call, I've always wanted to call something like an album or something like that. So I did my EP like that, 4 songs, Sex Addict, Brown Skin Girl.
Oh yeah.
Y'all like that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like that one, boo.
I'm not really brown.
We all brown skin though. That's the formula. You know what I'm saying? The melanin.
Better, but no shade to myself.
Yeah. Oh no, you like that joint, and then I got a joint called Love You, and then a joint
I don't
called
wanna hear
Fire.
that part.
And I'll play a couple for y'all, little snippets. I'll send you something, and you can play it or however you
Fire
get.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
What's
And then
Fire about? I mean, it's
Fire?
not about like a STD or nothing. 'cause
No,
that's like
No. I'm gonna tell you. I like that question. How'd you want me? So basically, the EPs came out, and now it's the summertime, so people are gonna get ready to come. I want to start, keep getting out there on stage, opening up, do my own shows and stuff like that. And I just released the songs officially, actually on 98.3. Two of them, two of the singles that I think are gonna be my push. So Sex Addict and Love You, I released them on 98.3 about
Shout
2-3
out Tino
weeks
Pacino,
ago.
that's my dude.
Yeah,
man.
Tino. This is with Jules and Oh Jesus and
Jesus,
DJ
okay.
Mad Rich.
Yeah, Matt Rich, my nigga.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's up.
So, but
is this EP out right now? 1617. Is this out?
yeah, I'm getting ready to put it out. I want to say April 2nd. April 2nd. I did have an original date. I said March 23rd, but at the same time, I just actually had learned something about iTunes and TuneCore, and I wanted to switch it up. And I think I'm going to be actually releasing sales on a different platform. And I learned something about, I won't get into that, but I learned something very important that is detrimental. So, but anyway, they're done. So my songs, I'm ready to put them out. I mean, the singles are finished. Everything's legit. All the logistics are worked out. I'm just kind of wanting
Any
to
big features, or you
do
just
like
all
a
doing
press
yourself?
release and stuff. Nah. You know what? I did everything all me. I didn't have
produced the
any
whole
big.
thing, too?
What'd you say?
You produced the
I
whole
did. No, Jack London, a producer with me, and a couple of guys. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of guys do some backup vocals, backup waves, maybe a hook or two, but no like big features. I didn't get like Ty Dolla on there or no or Wiz or nothing like that, or no feature like that
Nick
yet.
Cannon didn't come through.
Oh man.
Nah. I didn't want nobody on it yet. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like, yo, this is what I am. This is who I am. Like, check me out.
Kind of like how
And
you
then
came on
if
with
people-
the comedian,
Yeah,
comedy shit,
and then when people feel the way, like now with comedy, I'm definitely gonna do some features with people or some skits with some bigger cats or stuff like that, or stand up or tours with people now. But I want to do the same thing with music. So that EP is done, and it will be out very soon.
So my man Royce, okay, we got the
Yeah,
EP. We expecting 1617.
I like it.
It's coming soon, April 2nd.
April 2nd is what I'm
Okay,
shooting
we
for.
expect
Absolutely.
some videos by the summertime.
Gotta come through, yeah.
Anything else you want to promote? Anything else you want to get out there? Anything else you want our listeners to be on the lookout for?
Just me in general, man. My my Instagram is @official Royce Bell.
Yeah.
Facebook is Royce Bell. Snapchat Royce Bell Music. No, just be on the lookout. I really, you know what I mean. Right now, I'm doing so much and trying to tackle so many lanes with music, comedy, acting, trying to jump out there and get auditions and networks and movies and TV shows. I just say be on the lookout. and definitely make sure social media is where you want to have me added, because anything I am doing, whether it doesn't start with social media, it's gonna get on there, and I'm gonna develop a way to where I can put everything on there anyway. So the Instagram is really the biggest thing that I'm gonna be using as far as one of those platforms. So the official Royce Bell.
We're gonna have all that in the links and the show notes. So my man, I want to leave the show with one last question. Like,
of course,
if you had to tell any aspiring young comedians, musicians, any person that's aspiring to be anybody, what advice would you give them through your journey and through your experiences?
For the big dreamers out there, and the kids, and adults, or whoever it is, I don't care if you're 50, you know what I mean, or 15.
Like that,
no, I just I'm
damn, I thought my Botox was working.
Still got it. You still a chance, baby.
Our time, right? Our time.
I wasn't looking at it. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're inspired to do something and you have a dream, and just, I would say, don't stop dreaming. Don't put limitations on it. And do it. If you don't know how to do it,
Google.
Figure it out, or make mistakes. Figure it out, make mistakes, put yourself out there, embarrass yourself, fail, but fail often. Fail hard and fail forward.
Yes.
I love that.
Speak that shit into
I got that from Will Smith. Yo, Jada, if you want to fail. Yeah, he said that. But it makes sense, and I've heard that from, I think, another influencer. But fail often, fail hard, and fail forward. Because when you fail often, you're going to often get over a lot of humps that you need to get over to get to the next level. When you fail hard, you're going to build a concrete foundation for yourself and confidence. And when you fail forward, it just means you're continuing to grow.
All right, man. That was our dog, Royce Bell. He came down, showed us some love. We definitely appreciate you coming down and kicking it with us, man. And we gonna end it on that note. This is Raww Reality. Until next time, Royce Bell.
Reality. We out.
There ain't no need to rush, baby. Let's slow down and take our time. You want it bad as I do. I can see it in your eyes. The room is burning, it's going up in flames. Your body's yearning, it's driving me insane. I don't know if I can stop this fire. I turned her into a sex addict. And in return she became good at it. This girl is getting out of control. These walls are caving in, ceilings coming down. Oh, it's about to be some casualties. I turned her into a sex addict. This girl is getting out of control. She's a sex addict.